Reverend Kevin. I'm coming to you live from Lake Hayden, Idaho for this week's preview of our Vida Spiritual Connection. And joining me today is...
Sunshine Day, and I am joining you live from the Bronx, New York. And wow, we're excited to be together this morning from two different places, but together virtually to bring you a preview of our Vida Spiritual Connection. This is really exciting, Rev Kev.
Yeah, this is great. So let's just show the folks a clip, a little bit more about our Vida Spiritual Learning community.
Welcome to the Vida Spiritual Connection from Vida Spiritual Learning Center, where you are empowered to create the life you desire. Our guiding belief is, by valuing and empowering all, we inspire a joyous and fulfilling life. At Vida, we study and practice the teachings of the science of mind and spirit founded by Dr. Ernest Holmes. Each week, we present an inspiring spiritual message, followed by a guided meditation. Now, here's today's message.
And Reverend Sunshine is going to tell us a little bit about her message before we get a little taste of it.
Wow, today's message is about renewal, right? This month we've been looking at renewal and we've been really exploring how to be our best selves. And so today I'm talking about the elephant in the room and how many people avoid the elephant in the room. I mean, I know that sometimes things are so enormous, so obvious, whether it's a problem or something we don't want to talk about or something that society tells us we shouldn't be talking about in mixed company. But today we get to look at that and we get to look at how to really be with the elephant in the room and have a new perspective as to the elephant in the room may just be living spirit. Let's check it out.
Beloved, welcome, welcome to the Vida Spiritual Connection. My name is Sunshine Day, and it is a joy to welcome you to this inspirational message. I trust that it is that exactly for you. In the month of March, we have been looking at the monthly theme of encoded for, and worthy of renewal. And as we look at the month of March here in the U.S., we are embarking upon springtime, a time where the flowers begin to bloom, and that time of respite where we've been resting and rejuvenating now gets an opportunity to burst forth into being. Today, what I am talking about is the elephant in the room is living spirit. Now, I am tickled by that phrase and the idiom and the metaphor of the elephant in the room. In the U.S., we use that terminology. Nobody's talking about the elephant in the room. And if you can imagine the room and the surroundings of where you are currently, imagine an elephant. Something enormous, something huge, something so large. And then imagine that nobody's talking about it, or that we might be talking around it. Like if you're on the other side, I might be looking, going, "Hey, how's the weather over there?" And that we're not addressing or talking about the elephant in the room. Now, for me, sometimes it might seem pretty weird, and I am an ordained minister. I'm used to talking about life and living spirit and the infinite intelligence and source divine, in and to many people using all sorts of language and all sorts of terminology. So even as someone who talks about the creative intelligence, the infinite intelligence, the great reality, the broad highway, if you will, the infinite principle, it might get challenging for you. Or sometimes we may be faced with this dilemma, this problem, this elephant in our room. And what if that elephant is living spirit? What if that elephant is infinite intelligence? What if that elephant is there for us, not there to hurt us, but in fact to give us a different perspective? Or, that one thing like, oh, I should have had a V8, like, ah, it was right there in front of my eyes. And some people don't like to talk about the God. They don't like to use that terminology. And so it's quite interesting to consider that the elephant in the room might be living spirit, might be just that it is presented there for us to have a discussion about, for me to look at, to examine, to maybe walk around and to see what is available.
Hmm. I want more. I want more. And you can get more uh, by tuning into our Vida YouTube channel and or our Vida Facebook channel. That full shows drops at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and that is noon Eastern time, where Reverend Sunshine happens to be right now. And so, thanks so much for presenting that message to us. Us presenting us that message this week, Reverend Sunshine.
Yeah. It's a real joy to be able to bring weekly inspirational messages, things to talk about outside of like mainstream news. It's great to be able to even look at our daily situations, the things that we call problems, and even consider, like the talk will reveal today, to even consider that problem, that situation, that dilemma might be um, might be the way life, might be the way living spirit, loving spirit, infinite intelligence has us growing. So yeah, I talk a little bit more about that perspective of maybe this is not happening to us, maybe it's happening for us.
Hmm.
And to even have that, a consideration, to even have that be like, whoa, that might be a new way of looking at this. So let me not be so afraid to face it. You know, yeah, yeah.
Mm,
Let me not be afraid to face it. And so I also know we have a great meditation
that's right.
today, and meditation is one of the spiritual practices that we use in order to anchor in the truth more fully. I talk about spiritual practice as being, um, well, the word spiritual as being life affirming. And sometimes people have a twitch when it comes to spiritual or something like, be like, well, spiritual, like, whoa, whoa. And for me, my translation or interpretation of spiritual means life affirming, anything that affirms your life. So, sitting in the silence, bringing your attention and focus to one thing, whether it's crocheting or surfing or being involved, deeply involved in a puzzle or something like that, can be a spiritual practice because it brings your attention to one thing and one thing only, allowing infinite intelligence, that indwelling power and presence to speak to me, to speak to you, to speak to the practicer, the practitioner, in a language that they understand. And so, for us at Vida Spiritual Learning Center, we do a practice of meditation. And I love that each week we're able to present at least a 10-minute meditation practice for the community in order to just be. and in order to just have that practice of sitting in the silence. And so today we're going to sample some of today's meditation. Is that right?
That's right. It's from Jan Hartman, practitioner.
I love it.
Love. Let's practice choosing love in this meditation time today. Take all the time you need right now to go within, to the space and the place that connects you with the unique creation of spirit that you are. Breathe it in and breathe it out, and breathe it in and breathe it out, knowing full well that you are softening and calming, and maybe eyes closed, maybe just a soft gaze, whatever works for you, to know that you are finding the place that you call the home for your spirit. So breathe it in and breathe it out. You know exactly what works for you to be in the deep of love. So let me guide you today with some affirming words, some words about love to remind you who you really are, time and time again. You as love, simply love. If a thought other than a love comes in, then we need to hear my words and move on into something else, move into love. So take some time now with me and sit with your Creator. Sit and feel the wonder of what love feels like all around you and inside you, and how that energy of love brings peace and joy and an incredible calm, a center, a place where you know that everything is okay and that all is well. So every once in a while now, for the next couple of minutes, I will give you something to ponder while you sit in what love does when love is here, when we choose love. I am filled with the peace, strength, power, and decision-making of spirit.
I can't wait to do that again in just a little while.
Absolutely. You'll be able to see the full version of that right after the message at our 9 a.m. premiere of the weekly Vida Spiritual Connection. And as I fiddle here, Reverend Sunshine, do you have any closing comments for today?
Wow, today is an amazing day. Can't wait to have you join us at 9 a.m. Pacific for our weekly inspirational message. Make sure that you tell a friend, and if you want to watch it together, please, 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 please let us know how we can support you throughout the week in all of these messages. Yeah.
Just so folks know too, during our premiere show, we run a live Zoom. So if you want to join us on Zoom, you can private message us to get the link to it. And again, that's something that we're available for, and we will hang out afterwards for those that join us on Zoom to meet and greet people and to support you in prayer and just to love each other up. So.
Yep.
All right, with that, farewell. Have a great week. Here's a little bit more about how you can support our Vida Spiritual Learning community, and have a wonderful week.
See you soon.
Thanks for tuning in to the Vida Spiritual Connection. Please visit our website to submit a confidential prayer request. While there, sign up for our weekly email and receive the latest information for events, classes, and meetups. Remember to subscribe to Vida's YouTube channel, click like, and click the bell to get notifications. You can also find Vida on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Whoever sows generously also reaps generously. Giving is a spiritual practice. As you bless the world, you are blessed. Your financial contribution to Vida Spiritual Learning Center is an investment in your spiritual education and flow. Your contributions support your spiritual growth and this show, so it's a win-win. Use the link on our website, drop a check in the mail, or Zelle your contribution to 562-928-6460. Thank you so much for your generous support. Have a wonderful week and see you next time for the Vida Spiritual Connection.